So today I am going to share with you guys 10 luxury items I'm going to buy in a heartbeat. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Vivian here. You know, if you're a person that's into luxury things and if you're a lady, you probably own a lot of handbags, accessories, shoes, and jewelry. Today I have combined top 10 of my favorite luxury items, and I wanted to share that with you guys after using all of them for a while. Some pieces definitely are pieces that will stick around in my collection for long periods of time. I'm probably going to be adding more of the same thing into my collection. So what are those 10 items? If I were to ask you the question, will you have a list of them? Nonetheless, let me share with you guys my list of these 10 items today and see if we have some crossroads, and you can also share with me your list down below so I can have a quick peek into your collection and maybe we can exchange wish lists from there. So this list has included items from accessories, handbags, small SLG, which is also accessories, and shoes. So I probably should get started. Let's get into it right now. Number one is a Chanel brooch. I think people tend to underlook this item because they think, oh, who's still wearing brooch on like your big jacket nowadays? But honestly, if you think about it, there are other fun and creative ways to utilize this piece. So I personally own probably less than 5 Chanel brooches in total. I believe one I even got on sale. But I will say the ones that I didn't catch on sale but I ended up getting are the ones that I've been frequently using. So I think a Chanel brooch can definitely elevate any piece. If you were to put it on your big chunky knit sweater, or if you put it on your beret hat, or if you wear it as a belt, or if you wear it as an accessory on your scarf, it just adds that additional fun layer to a fashion statement. So that's something that you definitely should, you know, investigate and look into each collection, because sometimes they make really fun ones and I definitely regret not getting some of it. But overall, there are probably 2-3 pieces that I rotate more often than the others. I think a very important factor to remember is to always go with their house signature. So you should maybe look into something that has pearl on it, or it has a very clean cut CC logo. So that's my tip to you. Next category, let's talk about accessories. So if you know, you know, I am no longer, and I wasn't really a big fan of like big full-size wallets from the very beginning. So I started my little card holder or card case collection for a while, and I've collected quite a few of them. My favorite ones will have to be the Hermes Calvi card holder, which thanks to those who have, you know, made emphasis for me to purchase it after I made the video. It is really a great piece to own, and it also has a very affordable entry price from those who are new to Hermes brand. And those Calvi card holders are often offered in like all the new season colors. Whatever it's new and current, they usually make lots of variations. Besides the mono color, they sometimes do dual colors. So your case would be having one color on the exterior, one other color as the interior. So there are so many fun options out there that you can choose from, and it really is one of my most used card holders until today. Another item will be Chanel card holder. I think Chanel card holder, the ones with the flap, is one of my favorites. I have talked about it for the very longest time, and my very first one was the black caviar with gold hardware. I've used it like so carelessly because I was like my wallet. So I have stuffed it to a certain extent and I've traveled with it. I didn't really give the best care and intention, but I used the most. So the gold on the hardware kind of faded a bit because it kind of like was brushed off, or it just faded. So the coating has faded, but the card holder itself is still holding up a really good shape. And you can probably put in there like 12 cards, but don't start with 12 cards. Definitely start little by little. If you sometimes forget to take your things out, you know, there is that extra half an inch that maybe you can squeeze out of these leather card holders, but I don't recommend you doing it because it will speed up the aging process of your piece. But overall, that is a great piece to own, and you must have one if you're into luxury. The next piece is a Chanel flap bag. I think besides the classic flaps anything that has a flap on it, Chanel just calls it the flap bag. My personal favorite one is still the double flap because I think the structure is really, really nice. And I also like holding up my flap and place my things in there. The few single flaps that I have, I find them to be a little bit too soft to my liking, and also the flap tends to kind of like fold back. So right now with the market of Chanel products, I know those bags are being looked at as like a super investment, if you will, even though a lot of us might disagree, myself included, because the price point started from a very affordable point to a point where it's like you just feel like you're not going to spend that kind of money on the Chanel classic piece. And not to mention, you can find a lot of other options on the secondary market. Find a place that you trust, because integrity is very important, and also a place that can guarantee they're selling you authentic pieces is a place where I would love to shop from. Since we're talking about bags, another one of my recommendation would be a Louis Vuitton bag. I know there are so many great styles to choose from nowadays, as they have been introducing new styles and more practical ones, more affordable ones left and right. But I think if you want to start with Louis Vuitton and you want to pick out something that you can use for the next 10-20 years, definitely buy something that has that strong iconic feature, which I think Speedy is really that bag. And Speedy is now offered in like so many different sizes. My favorite one would have to be the Speedy 25 and 30. You can choose between if you want a strap or not. I think with strap it gives you more like ways to wear it, and you can also use it for different occasions. So the Speedy with bandolier would be my choice. And of course, if you're looking for something that you can just use on the weekend, or you just want to carry a bag instead of wearing it on your shoulder, the ones without bandolier is also great. So Speedy is on my list as well. While we're there, I must talk about some handbags from Hermes, of course. And I know there are a lot of beautiful Hermes lovers on my channel as well. I will have to say the Birkins and Kellys are the ultimate handbag goal for all of us, and I have definitely been the one that have been admiring it for the longest time. I just think the bags are that iconic. If you're someone who's owning a Birkin or a Kelly, people know, you probably know about the luxury and the fuss about these bags. So just make that your ultimate goal if you haven't, and if you want to own one, I definitely think it's possible. And I think if you're into luxury handbags, either of those bags will have to be in your collection. So now I'm going to talk about shoes a little bit, because I have tried so many designer shoes, some of them just do not work out. My personal favorite one is the Chanel sling bag, which I think it's very brilliant that they brought the style back a couple years ago, which if you know in the beginning it was very hard to get a hold of the sling bags, especially in like the beige and the black tip. But nowadays the brand saw the sling bag did so well, they made it obviously a permanent release. So every season you'll see different plays on material and color in that style, and I think sling bag is a very comfy style. And also it's got a little kitten heel, so even if you don't feel like dressing up, wearing a little kitten heel can just elevate your look and make you feel like you're wearing heel without really wearing it. So the Chanel shoes in general are pretty comfy in my opinion. I can't count how many espadrilles I've owned, and I just love how comfy they are. Perhaps this is a message to convince you to add one to your collection as well. And the next brand that I want to talk about is Hermes. And Hermes shoes do not only offer style, they also offer comfort. I have been wearing my mule for the past week, and I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a day to break in, but from day one my experience has been very good with these shoes, as it never gave me like a very uncomfortable edge whenever I walk. But if you tend to wear if you wear those shoes, you're gonna walk. When you walk, you're going to create the creases in the area where you're using the most. So it's okay, those shoes are so comfy and so worth investing. Plus, if you have a profile and if you want want to get your quota bag, those purchases can definitely go towards your quota bag allowance. So I would say maybe get a pair or two, and if you like Oran sandals, obviously by all means go for it. I love Oran. I also love Oasis, as I like a little elevated look, so I like the heel option. So any Hermes shoes, I will be down for it on any day. So there's no order for this list, but I have gathered the last two pieces towards the end of the video because I just love them so much. The next piece would be a Van Cleef necklace, and obviously you can start from small and dainty. You can start from the Sweet Alhambra collection, or maybe Alhambra right off the bat. If you're ready for jewelry, those two are very iconic, and you can choose from any of their like house motifs. You know, there's the butterfly that you can choose from. There's also the four-leaf clover. There are just plenty of options out there, and I think they're great in terms of investment because the prices also don't drop as much. Lastly, I think everyone should own a Cartier love ring, just because, you know, love rings are no longer a symbol for love, even though it's a really romantic story behind why you should purchase this piece or have it on your wish list to share with your partner or your family or whatnot. But I think love ring is just so iconic. It is something that you can pass it down. If you have family members that you would love to share it with, it's just great to have. And also price point wise is great if you compare that with Tiffany, but the quality of Cartier is just next level compared to Tiffany, as you have seen on my other comparison videos. That is pretty much my 10 luxury items I would buy again in a heartbeat, just because I have so many reasons to, and I have personally used them for a very long time, and I find myself continue liking them. So I figure I would share, and now it's time for you guys to share with me what are some of your favorite items on your must-have luxury list. Leave them in the comment section below. I cannot wait to read them. If you love luxury and anything insights, news, unboxing related, make sure you follow the channel, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. You guys all take care. See you in the next one. Bye.